People often ask me what is the difference between a divorce, a dissolution, and a legal separation, and how any of that relates to mediation. So, when you have a legal separation, that is not a filing that ultimately ends a marriage. Typically, legal separations happen very rarely, and normally that's just something that gets filed if there's some need for the parties to separate, but they're not ultimately looking to get a divorce. The more typical filings are for a dissolution or a divorce. And in a dissolution, what that implies is that there is a complete agreement between the parties as it relates to all of your children's issues and your financial issues, all your debts and your assets. And nothing gets filed with the court until there is this agreement, and if there is an agreement, then you file for a dissolution. Now, a divorce proceeding, on the other hand, parties don't have to agree. Either person can file for divorce, and then ultimately a court can make a decision, or the parties can later agree and have an uncontested divorce. Mediation can come in to any of those processes, but the idea, if it's pre-filing and parties come in to see me and we resolve all the asset and child issues through the mediation process, and before it's filed, then we would file for the dissolution. If it happens, which happens frequently as well, where one party or the other has filed, but honestly they just weren't ready before the filing to really come to agreements, but what often happens is people realize it's a very expensive process and it becomes very unsatisfying, and so the mediator gets involved later in the process and helps the couple to resolve whatever issues need to be. And then even though it's a divorce, it becomes an uncontested divorce, and the couple utilizes mediation to resolve the issues of the marriage.